president na mu abeka se tetem
eno obeko bi okura no a enye yie
dabi
eno onye na adwen so se constitution obema ya asese
oye na adwen kura enye yie oba hebra papa be na sabi aban na bo a wode be kwete
so woni professor H Prempe eya adwen se san komo we kure ni won kwan
se waste your time
because there's no ambiguity here ni won chini ye president because president na mu kura na ye ka sem na ma no
echina ya tufuom o se we be kwete ho na be ka sa asem echina nyame ya do ma 16th echina ye tu petrol ni diesel mu
say floor price no cost
yes e cost o se tete me na Mahama ba ya wa ya no ye be ka tete masem nti me hu ne se nhia se ye discuss sa issue we kra what you say
o jiri se nu nti na enni ho kwan se discuss
because president Mahama first time e den no ye apart from dum so aye dem 4 years e den na president Mahama ye confirm a o mutu ya o Mahama jida I so fotun krono e ko so first 4 years Mahama e den no ye uni madia president Mahama ye in the first 4 years na ka kire me ni so called free day school day students also you mu free eno kra wantu akwara ba akokra sika no di free office e dey na Mahama ye in the first 4 years ni GDP nene nam 3% forest reserve nene nam say 4.8 billion it dey na Mahama ye first 4 years enye hwe also abetina fi wasua na lessons enti yema na kwenya Ghana for say okay mum yentie ni hwe e bia ya de president Mahama baayi me pacho ne nyoma waka so obeye nyina ne flagship programs no me pacho munche me mu de watimi aye ene na watimi aye enti aye I say be waste your time e be discuss it tete ene de enfanto baby I believe say there were serious issues to discuss.
President John Mahama order say ye mechi me no mienu a ye need 2 seconds wa ha de akoso biala Ghana mampanyi John Mahama woni mu bi
de akoso
biala wo kroma so ka so woni mu bia no deserve so be Ghana mampanyi Ghana no e bi nya nipa nchen bio na kwame Ghana nipa ni bi nya nipa bio na asofo aye din wo kroma adifo aye din wo kroma na nanom aye din wo kroma na kwame mum media no so aye din wo kroma betra matio no ye ni mako matia analysis amoye concerning the detention any the deliberate attempt to be obi a watu kwanfra brochira oba Ghana yetinya deny no the lawyers impo for almost beyond 48 hours crowem diversionary tax no metia me general secretary ora Justin Kodu Afrimpon I sade ne ko bion a o ka se diversionary taxes are President John Mahama on the third term bid bamaka mamitumi chen third term bid President John Mahama umanti uyire no wabusuanti dwene ho bion
that's president now third term no
our president has become so confused about the third term agenda ni room ayekoso Mr. President ka demonstration be two ade so I am telling you what bobra politically why ya ade politically kofie ne ko tranche fo ani hwe bi din na Ghana we mampanyi John Mahama enya odi ase no nti ena mo ha ase se mo be cheche mrantie ne mpanifo a wo kasetia waban to divert our attention from criticizing your incompetence, you are visionless, aimless government we are yenya ika o ena yeti kroma ye chi obi NPP near the bail condition Dennis Maraka aboaje bail condition 500 billion 10 billion kwa 500 angel na mampanyi John Mahama kura mpo onya medi mampanyi no 500 billion da ho na Japan o kabo be do 500 billion no akwachi abrantie kitikiti we no akatenze onfa bail condition over 50 million Ghana cedis. We will not be intimidated by this NDC government. Yana nanum JB dan kwanom buzi anom omukoye. Even Jerry John Rawlings 19 years in Pono and Timmy and silence MPP. Na NDC ne mampanyi John Mahama I want address umbe intimidate e okroma.
Okay.
We will continue to talk. We will continue to speak against the omuye no. Enti media appeal ye dey ma software dey ma ye na nan me dey ma mu media say dey kwaso nenye. Na misuma NDC mabu no ya appointees ne e wa abem. Misuma appointees e wa NDC na mo anka bi ne. Na se chira 2028 Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be di mampanyi no kroma na ye chance ye okroma menya sure say sabre no obi betimi aka ho asem bio
no kra ni say BBC no onye yoko boss biemu a oni tumi bia wonumu. And into the moment you abuse our power in a democracy, and your democracy mukrana, and utina, and tiasia base, abaymun semno. Amamono, a year guided by law. Emrano, a boy in our hobby, Emrano is supposed to be measured. And into no sir, ya do famra kwanswa. Then ya dear ubia a year the open at you. Enti yashase 1993 enti asie ben na ababeda ho say yes your man osom kosiamachi ochade okay university afa kwati kwan bi so afa university no adwapade bi enti asie ben na wo ho say BBC sia yede ehwehwem ehumu nukre na fe yede enfan say charge de obo no akwa duni ye di abo angel ifrititi nyina no na nya dia ya abuse obia ye man a hearing a fair hearing ifrititi nyina edi yatna democratic Ghana over 33 years. We can't continue to do this. You see adeba ko wo mu a ya na ehadwen pa me say Safoni you now work at the pleasure of the president. Satisfy President Mahama. Ebasa information no does it get to President Mahama? It must get to him. Tina Chief of Staff Office or Hono. What sort of image and NDC under President Mahama? One more acre. Then say yana may analysis be to me share leaders are in the Fourth Republic oma banyina criteria ba ko pe na me digina so violation of the human rights by the instruments of the state. You found the coercive instruments of the state, agencies of restraint omi nyina asabam omo bia antunu ho ansi ho anye bibi dindindin. I say a time will be any Obia be fan so bia no. And let the can say me ora miracle abwaje. First and foremost we Ghana ni angel and fan of NPP ni. In the Ghana ni asem ni eka. There's an irony there. The constitution mono. I think chapter 5 addresses a Bill of Rights. Eya baina said this say obehwe say ankra ye fa ahodie no obi antentia so eya baina said it is the same government cannot also turn around
and abuse it
no so guarantee
ani abain no guarantee eya baina said it is a I mean obi aye BBC kakra bia e so glaring. And I hope you can't run away from it.
So one can abuse na be protected.
Bomb me home buy. Bomb me home buy. I feel the one I was saying a 2 and more.
Within
the detention way no so ana constitution na my time I'll bet me yes sir. That's the 48 hours and article 14. It is there.
After 48 hours,
after 48 hours, say untimi en charge na untimi ma offense because at time no want to na no awie enti wo betimi aye clear in your mind offense ko afo say wa committee so be by 48 hours no yes untimi dey charge bono so hwe ye no na manfo busa we were expecting because lawyer was saying we're expecting see a charge sheet in because after that time by now you should be clear in your mind offense Dr. Amachi a committee now the boni we are the next place is the court of competent jurisdiction Kwame na fair no you be prepared to say you the neighbor court it constitution says when me and financial court mano inquiry bail Kwame no krani nyame anim say inquiry bail no yes something to upper police side your friend another name create different here self-recognizance bill Not just say Kwame Ajay is so common. Kwame Ajay, based on his reputation, oh, you'll be a one yaninko baby. Kwame Ajay is known. Yeah, Kwame Ajay Benyano Angel FM. So based on the fact to say on your beer, obetimi adwane anako baby and intino, may man self-recognizance bill say it's. I'm saying this because at that level, any bill should be very reasonable. Kwame, but just in American, at that level, no, any bill should be very reasonable. Now, Osha Mrani Musu, Mrana Kanipefe say there is a likelihood say people may use bail as a punishment to the accused person. Kwame, at this stage, if you are being investigated or you are being interrogated by any enforcement agency, you're more a investigation here towards a particular offense committee. So the presumption of innocence is there for you, and Article 19 to see. Kwame, it is clear. That is why you have to be very careful not to manhandle the accused person at that stage. Because the bet me about say you be any court no now only for it is na yaka dia bi nyema bi na say why abusing a fundamental human right. Kwame, na se susuan pa say uchi obi at the investigation interrogation stage. Court unka say empower this abone no. Na say man bail at that level, which is equivalent to police inquiry bail. Tisani ayoko ye. Na Kwame also charge obi the bail no atono so nitiri so 50 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties. That should be justified. Kwame nieti ani say 50 million Ghana cedis na nyesika okofa aba in cash. But eyese ode ejapade a esum saa sika ne bo. Na Kwame susu ampa se kromo ahwan na wewenya ejapade a eye 500 billion. Otwen ya che no day 1 day 2 48 hours na expiry no ohono na obema na hunu say memo akofi agi say ode utimi satisfy this condition. Kwame at that time onipa no back of anyway. So even if that person has people that you want to go, the family, the lawyers, who want to bring those documents, at that hour it is impossible because there is a time limit. So I also to be working out, and then look, even at the police station, sometimes we are crying to be catch or say, Yapon. 5 above me coffee. I just watch na meet me be process na ma. That's a number crowd nya ba ya enkade na nko nipa meeting biaye. For me, your best Yoko. Yes, they are there to work for the state. They are there to make sure that no, you see, nobody is above the law. Obian one more or such say emranim for betimia. So tie samia wukua. Asema yeka ina miracles assembly yeka. Kwa mu tie samia wukua or say miracles abwaje had already been invited by Yoko. Omune nyansa was swapping. In fact, at a month ago, ono ankasa say simu ko ho ko bi so say o onyanti omonka am omonka kire ne say omoye ready they will call him. You see, they put the narrative there as if Miracles was running away from the country. Meanwhile, Ofi Abrochire mom na no obedu airport na mokoche no. Miracles was not leaving the country to Abrochire. He had rather come from abroad to Ghana. Adan na ye politics na ma ye a court of the public opinion. Any media court in kwani ye no maimu. So that you leave it out there and a lot of people think, Auntie Akwan Odi is about meeting and now. Meanwhile, the person had returned from abroad. No Ghana. Me pacho, that behavior now, our certain institutions to say Yoko, any BNI for ASA, before we will go to court, no more bunipani come for media. Okay. Kwame, it is very and but I've always said that we should be very careful.
I told you. Eda mobile launch and I'm kase nkokon keten will fail. Na men kasa from the point of say me a prophet. But me kasa from the angle say me a practitioner. And I say me kasa me a poultry farmer. I'm in that business. It is a who say ade ni be failure obi anka nkyerɛw. Ba kwa me. O say me catch o say nkokon keten na aban se wo ye no. O say ewa mu afa no mienu. Me can say the second one now, almost some of them anchor farmers be no about 8 farms no, and no they betimi succeed because all the farmers are more experienced. Oh, mo be hwem what was here? Black one say ma won kokko 1,000 say hwe. One go through training be nothing. Ube wie no, ube fail. Na kan pese dey ache nkukko 50 amana, dey ache 20 amana, dey ache 10 amana, what dey heading. Nkukku adwuma na nya simple saa se de nkrofo hunu no. Kane na ya ma me top water nkukku anu omo nenam free range. Emu be 10 bi survive ya ne ani age no. Enye saa. We eye sika na aban na tam no wakoto agu se atwa.
which is a waste of money, resources.
What was the purpose? The purpose no nyese ya de nkokwa na masa ye marry you. The purpose ni say ya de create employment. Now woman nipa ne nkokwa 20. Employment be no de be create. Mi busa bra kwa me. Owie na waton nkokwa na nkokwa 20 no ton obenya
say. Sasa na president so owie oton a no nya sika kakra na otrem no otrem
no nkokwa 20 no. E dey mfaso na wo benya no watimi atrem. But what you say? I didn't fast. When you go so technical, say the other time I spoke about it. I could call was a woman to go more. Number one, Obama vaccine a friend HB1. Obama, okay, in no particular order. Obama Lasota. Obedi Wemeno. No, when Obama antibiotics. When Obama foul pox. When Obama new Kavak. And yes, simple one cross all my liver tonic. When I also all my vitamins. Even them cocoa no cry buona waye no. E buono cry waye ni saying. O say Susano. And I say anymore yet me bobuoni cover hu nyina. And cocoa ni hiam from our sem from for buono. When him say cocoa no cry buono or demono. Say me, muchi tape, na me head down we kase ya meti match on cocoa dodo or say duomgum. Omu here a minimum requirement of 2 square feet 2 square feet akoko ba akubia. Me pa what you say. Akoko ba akubia na de be spacing no. Minimum it be the 2.5 square feet, it be the 3 square feet. What you say? It nyese wo sorry ya say aban no abatu agumu, no training, nothing. Mahama so obejine license aman.
Oso obeje aman.
Say no kan.
Okanda ben.
Oh position was it ne bank egu no obejine na license na sa man
so oba banks na ye je o mutumi a ogidi se amfa ne mra kwan so
say we can ho GM bank o represent o ra indum eko GM ho na GM share ne boss obejine license man nti say wa GM man
court no so ne be sit because say bank of Ghana for so court nti ye train
GM kasa no nim say the Marana DBA Bank. On the president, Waji Indum certificate, man. License. It's President Mahama or your true for. Is that what you are saying? Just one canoe. Because or no president is a YG license, Naman. Most of my just want to move pretty quite.
Just because court today is on train answer. Obey the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. That's the President Mahama Kanokre. That is the point I'm a person in to establish. Because all can where you be a while with your politics, no one nimude. When him say bank ye mienukwa. In fact, GM banks is here across here, Cassie restore or more. Omunya, Yantimin Caso Munguenya, a different set of rules. Na other banks in Sunya another set of rules. Your requirement also umiti sika also wunya ansan wetimi be a bank. In their current structure, do they have that capacity in terms of sika or requirement na? If you don't have her, you don't qualify. But my point is, President Mahama promising to say ordinary license never mano. As we sit here,
because Sabre no be information or one. Say kwan ye fa so ye revoke license na nye ne kwan.
Na me dey emphasize na nye kwan pa so. Oba e so dey ama no. Onfa man.
E court na dey man.
There be.
Court na President Mahama no office.
That's the President Mahama.
President Mahama entimi mfa.
Obi license e man is there be.
Mo na mo pesa mo kan no amon kan kire me. Say oni to me. Mo pesa mo kan no amon kan kire me. Say President Mahama ni to me so restore obi license ba na mo ntro no odi. I want us to establish that fact.
Honorable Maxwell.
Me pa chawati ase. Onim se woni tumi enso odi tro. Daily guide. Oba restore.
Daily guide and I'm also and I'm a commercial.
So
intro. Enso oba restore licenses.
Wa me di tro oba kan say oh me ba.
What the day na nebeye? What the day na nebeye? Because let me tell you, executive power cannot restore a bank's license. Sure. What you
say? Betimi aka say no onim say de o ka no ente sa onye ono na betimi aye
but now ente sa anya ntro ente sa na ya basobo